this particular rig, I have a Zotac 3060 Ti, a NVIDIA 3070 Ti Reference Edition, a EVGA 3060 Ti, an EVGA 3080, an Asus 3060, and a 3080 Ti Reference Edition. The EVGA 3080 is an FTW3 model, and the others are lower end models. This particular rig has a 5800X processor with my old water block from my PC, which I replaced with a 360mm AIO. I've got 2 RAM sticks in there. Those are 8 gigs each that came from a used system. This whole thing uses risers. I've got a 1300 watt EVGA power supply and an 850 watt power supply. This is running an Asus B450F Gaming 2 motherboard. All of the graphics cards are running Raven, and the CPU is running Raptoreum. I was having some issues with this rig resetting, but I'm not 100% sure why. So the Raptoreum is running 14 threads out of the potential 16. Over here in Hive, we can see what all the cards are, and you can see the settings. This is roughly what they're doing. I'm going to refresh this page. So the Zotac 3060 Ti is doing 28 mega hash. It is pretty hot in here, 59 degrees. It's running. All my fans are at 90, except for the hotter cards are running 95. The settings that I am using for the 3060 Ti is 1600 memory, 160 power. The 3070 Ti has 39.4 mega hash. It's currently at 65 degrees. Power limit 240, memory 2100. The other 3060 Ti that I have, this is the EVGA. It's doing 26.4 mega hash. We're at 1700 memory, 160 power. The 3080 EVGA FTW3. This is a little slow. Usually it's doing about 50. I'm not sure why it's gone down. Let's just try refreshing this. Yeah, 48.95. We'll refresh this in a second. Usually it does around 50. We're at 270 watts, 2350 on the memory. My 3060 Asus is doing 23.59 mega hash, 2000 memory, 135 power limit. 3080 Ti, which is an NVIDIA Reference Edition. This is pretty low, 53.39. Usually this thing's doing about 56. We've got a 1850 memory, 325 power limit. We'll refresh this here, see if these numbers change. So after a refresh, we're roughly about the same. I'm not sure why these are so low. My main concern with this rig right here are these temperatures. This 3070 Ti is at 65 degrees, and my 3080 Ti is at 64 degrees. So these are the power limits I've always run at them. I'm going to try slowing this down a little bit. Let's do it in increments of 5. So we'll go down to 235 power. And this guy right here, let's go down to 320 power. What I want to do is see if this affects how well it's running. Run over to our shell. See 53.3 mega hash. 39.3. So this has dropped slightly. Give us a refresh here. Okay, that's dropped significantly. We will come back in a little bit and see if this has settled out anywhere. This one should be doing about 39.5. This one, I don't know why it is so low. Generally it's doing about 56, 55. Here we are a couple hours later. This looks like it's come back up to roughly where it was when this was at 240 watts. We're at 230 watts right now, so that's good. Down a little bit, but it's nothing terrible. And on the 3080 Ti, same story. We're at 3053.3, and we're down to 315 watts. So I dropped that by 10 watts, dropped this one by 10 watts as well. If you look over here in the shell, that's right where we're at 38.8, 53.37, so that's okay. Running a little bit less power through there. We'll see 169 kilohash per watt, 170 kilohash per watt. That's a good number to pay attention to. I'm not sure what it was at before. I will have to pull that footage up and check it out. If you look here, we were at 220, peaks at kind of 222, 223 for Kapow throughout the day. So it's around that 220 to 223. It bounces around a little bit. And right now, I am at 221.9, so that's pretty close. That's right in the ballpark. So lowering that, I lowered this rig by 20 watts, and it's still doing about the same hashes, so that's good. I'm going to leave it here for a little bit, let it run, and I will come back to it in the morning and see how it is, but I'm pretty happy with that. So that is that rig. I've got those 6 cards on there. This is just a random assortment of LHR cards. They're all running on Raven. And the whole rig is doing about 220 to 222 mega hash per second. And then there are my settings if you want to take a screenshot of this and check it out. It is doing okay. Here are all my rigs on Flypool. That's what I'm currently using for Raven. It says they're inactive for some reason. I'm not sure why. Here are all the rigs. If we click on this one here, here's the worker. You can see here the hash rate bounces around. Current hash rate 213, 216. So the pool data shows a little bit less than the miner, but it's not too far off. It's pretty steady, this thing. This rig, as you can see here, is also running Raptoreum. So this has a Ryzen 7 5800X. It's an 8-core processor with 16 threads. I'm currently running 14 threads on it, as you can see here. It says 13 because the first one is 0, so I've got 14 threads on here. This particular rig is on Flockpool. Here it is right here. Average hash rate is 1.8 kilohash per second. Hash rate now 2.36. If we jump over to mineraptorium.com, our hash rate based on the CPU should be 211, so 2.11 kilohash per second. I'm not quite getting that, but that would be with all of the threads activated. I have 2 shut off. I'm only running 14 of 16 of these. And this says you'd be earning 24 Raptoreum a day. The current price, ooh, that's dropped quite a bit, is about $1 US a day. After energy costs, 57 cents a day. So it's not doing fantastic, but it's giving us something. We jump over to the RVN coin mining calculator. We have a hash rate of 221 mega hash, power consumption of roughly 1300 watts. This is a 1% pool fee. We're making about 212 Raven a day. So the Raven payout is a little bit less than what the hash rate is. So 1 mega hash yields slightly less than 1 Raven a day. So we're at 221, yielding 212 Raven a day. Current prices is 23 USD a day. Minus electricity costs at 10 cents USD. Yeah, it gives us about $20 USD a day. So this particular rig is making about $21 a day between Raptoreum and Raven. That's USD. So just on Raven, we're making 575 US a month, plus about, we'll say $30 for Raptoreum. This particular rig is bringing in about $600 a month US. For all my Canadian friends out there, that is 768 Canadian dollars per month after electricity costs. If you want to take electricity costs out of here, let's check that out. So before electricity costs, 669. So that's about 700. So before electricity costs, 700 US a month, 896. So just about $900 Canadian a month is what this particular rig is pulling in. That's 900 Canadian, 700 US a month before electricity costs. So 24 a day. Let's just check that out. 24 times average of 30 days a month. We're set at 720 Raptoreum per month, if you just want to see numbers, and 6,363 Raven a month. So we're doing about 6,300 Raven a month, 720 Raptoreum a month. Based on today's dollars, that's what you get. That is that one particular rig, and I'll be running over the other ones in the future. If you have any questions or comments, or you want to know about my other rigs, let me know. I'm going to be slowly running through all of my rigs and kind of updating that data. Thanks for watching, guys. Take it easy.